What would an archaeologist say? I want you to think of an archaeologist 1,000 years into the future, digging through what was then called Kenya. And he's digging and he's digging and he's digging. And then one day he falls into a hole. And inside that hole, he discovers that it was a temple. Clearly it's a temple from what he knows from his studies and his research. And in that temple, he discovers, calls over his assistant, and together they discover statues inside the temple, statues, and he's like, wow, this building must have been a temple, because we can see all these idols. We can see idol after idol after idol, and then we can see where they used to kneel down in front of the idol. We can see the altar. That's clearly an altar, and they're like, they get confused because the archaeologist is, so the assistant is asking the archaeologist, I'm a little bit confused about this building. And the archaeologist is like, why are you so confused? Well, I am confused because according to our research and according to the history books that we have of this region 1,000 years ago, the population was African. This is a bit confusing. And the archaeologist is like, yes, the population was in fact Africans at that time period. Okay, so if the population was African, how come all these idols that they're worshipping are European idols? It doesn't make sense. Because I thought that the Europeans at that time hated Africans above everything that is on the earth. Why would the Africans then turn around and worship Europeans and even put their idols in their temples as their gods? And the archaeologist sees what his assistant is saying. So basically what we're trying to say is that you are not a Christian. You see what I'm saying? You are a worshipper of Europeans. You're an idolater that worships European statues and images. You have really nothing to do with God, and God has nothing to do with you. And many of you try to pass this off as Christianity, yet we know it's not Christianity. It has to be, it's a cult that has attached itself to Christianity. It can't be Christianity. Why? Because Christianity has a book. And if you read that book, you will see it says clearly that you shall not make any image of any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or on the earth, or under the earth. And you shall not bow down and worship these images. So we know, according to the book of the Christians, whatever religion that you are practicing cannot be Christianity, because it doesn't conform to the book. And so the archaeologists continue. They contact a historian to come and confirm that the population of Kenya at that time 1,000 years ago was African. And the historian says yes, it was Africans. And so they begin a discussion, a roundtable discussion. Why would these African men worship their worst enemy, the Europeans? Why would they take statues of Europeans and turn them into their gods? And of course, that's very confusing. And I'm just giving you this little story to try and explain to you that you are not a Christian. You belong to a cult that worships Europeans that masquerades itself as Christianity.